All right, so today we're going to talk about direct mail, and I want to share a case study on just how effective direct mail can be. So direct mail is obviously a strategy for off-market deals, for finding off-market leads, right? Because what you're doing is you're going to now mail a letter or a postcard to, a pre-foreclosure or a probate or whatever it may be, a distressed property, and you can acquire that data, we call it, or a list of people that fit a category of a potential motivated seller. Maybe absentee owners, absentee owners are someone who owns a property but it's not their primary residence, they live somewhere else. You can acquire these lists of these types of leads that might qualify as a distressed owner or a motivated seller. And then what you do is you then mail to that list, you let them know that you're an investor, you're interested in buying their property, and it's a great way to acquire these off-market, meaning they're not listed for sale, right, with a real estate agent. And these can be some of your best deals. And honestly, this is somewhere where I'm going a lot more towards. I've been talking about it for a while. I'm a big proponent of it right now as of this recording in today's market, just because it's so competitive on market, right? There's lower inventory of distressed properties on market. And so by going off market, we're trying to get to some of these motivated sellers before they go on market and list for sale. And pre-foreclosures is a great example. And I want to share just how powerful this can be, because a lot of people say to me, yeah, but that's expensive, right? And it's true, there is a marketing cost now to do direct mail. On average, it costs about $1 a mailing, $1 a mail piece. So every mail piece you send, on average, is about $1, just to kind of give you an idea of what you would budget. And by the way, I can go into a whole lot more about this, but I just kind of want to touch on why this is so powerful by giving an example. So one of my elite mentoring students in my fast track program, his name is Phil Robertson. He's a really big believer in direct mail, and he's been consistently doing it, and that's the key. Every week he consistently mails, and now over time he's built up this momentum, and he gets on average about 20 to 30 calls a day. And he recently shared with me one of his deals he did, where he did a pre-foreclosure direct mail campaign. He got a call from a homeowner, and he ended up meeting with the homeowner and getting a deal done. And I want to whiteboard out some of the specifics of the deal. So on this property, he owed $175,000 on his existing loan on the property. Now, Phil ran his numbers and found that the property was worth in the 250s as is. So homeowner owes $175,000, lost his job, he's several months behind on his payments, foreclosure is coming down the road. So here's what he does. He says, listen, I'll take over your existing payment. I'll catch it up because it's behind now. Cost him about $5,000 to catch up the payments, right? So about $5,000 to catch up the payments. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll take over the payments, I'll catch him up, it'll save your credit, I'll keep you out of foreclosure, and I'll give you $10,000 at closing. Cash for keys, right? And that's a new start for this person, right? They've lost their job, now they can move, they've got some cash, they can go restart a new life, saves his credit. Definitely a win-win. So he's got about $15,000, and by the way, this $5,000 also covered some of the legal to put the paperwork together, right? Because you want to make sure he's doing a subject to when you take over the existing debt from somebody. And so he's into it for about $15,000. Here's what he does. He spends $300 cleaning the property. That's all he does, nothing else. Puts a for sale by owner sign in the yard and gets a buyer. So no agents, he just wanted to see what would happen. Pretty hot market. Gets a buyer for $258. $258. Now, after he pays off at closing, he pays off the $175, and he's got $15,000 into it or so. He walks away with $58,000 on what I would call a wholesale flip. A wholetail, right? Where he basically wholesaled it to a retail buyer, not an investor like you typically wholesale. Why did he wholesale it? I would call it wholesaling because he didn't rehab it. He just took the property, he cleaned it, but then he just sent a cleaning person in there to, clean the place. But then he just put it back up for sale and sold it to a retail buyer, but he really just wholesaled it retail. Anyway, cleared $58,000. Now, that one mail piece, cost him $1. Really it didn't, because you mail like crazy, right? And then some turn into something, some don't. But my point here is that definitely made him a believer in direct mail. Definitely was a good return for his investment on the direct mail. And Phil does something very interesting with his campaigns. I typically just mail 3 times to the same list. You can't just mail once, you gotta mail consistently to the same list, because they may not be ready. So I usually stagger it like every 2 weeks. I consider a successful campaign if I've mailed to it 3 times. He does it 6 times. So he really wants to get in front of that list. So 6 times, same list, before he'll say, that list is exhausted, I need to mail to a new list, okay? And usually on average, when you, just so you understand direct mail, you're looking for about a 1 to 3% response rate. Not deal acceptance, but response. Response means they call you and say, I got your mail piece. 1 to 3%. Now out of the 1 to 3%, now you have to turn those leads into deals. But that's how you measure success of a direct mail campaign, is 1 to 3. Now, what makes a successful campaign comes down to 2 things really. Your piece, your copy, your whatever you're sending, your letter, and we've got some really great mail pieces that are proven, that work really well. And your list. Is your list a good list? So just so you know here too, if you're interested in direct mail, we have an entire direct mail campaign in our Flipster system. So Flipster is my deal management system. And you can go to Flipster for the number $1. We'll put that on here, Flipster for $1, and you can do a 15-day trial of Flipster. Be sure to get the Pro or Prime version, because those ones have the direct mail. But in there, we show you how to get the list, how to acquire the list, and then we have a direct mail tool where you actually upload your list, pick your mail piece out of our list of, I think there's like 6 or 7 of them, and then boom, fund your account and send your mail piece. All done for you, really easy to use, and it's a great way to do direct mail where you're not licking envelopes, doing postage, printing all your pieces, none of that. It's all done for you, covered for you in that as part of Flipster. So I'm a big proponent of it. I'm telling everybody, you've got to do direct mail. It's a way to get in front of more buyers, more leads, and it's a way to get to them before they go on market. Once it goes on market, it's extremely competitive, because that's where everybody's looking. So, this is a great way to get more leads, get more deals, make more money. And again, Flipster for the number $1, flipster4$1.com. And you can do a 15-day trial and check it out for yourself. See if it's for you, if you like it. If not, no problem. But really cool tool, and I hope you use it. Jerry Norton, and I'll see you next time.